Okay, we're talking to Kristin about Brand Boldly Live, which is the group program. So we have some questions to go through to kind of keep us on track. Otherwise, I'll just like talk to you forever because I love getting feedback about everything. So before we dig into what your experience was like, can you just give us like an overview of who you are, where you're from, and what you do?
Yeah, so I'm Kristin Spears. I live in Oslo in Norway, over in Europe, and I'm an international publicist and media coach. And what I do is I help amazing people with something to say, a message, get featured on television, radio, newspapers, magazines, and podcasts, so that they can really build their audience and business, build their movement, and ultimately just create a better world, create something a little bit better than it was before.
I love that. And I love how clear and concise that is.
Oh, guess what? I've been working on that.
Awesome. That's so helpful. I feel like it's really helpful for people to hear like all of the different kinds of businesses that are in this program too. So that's so helpful. Thank you for sharing. The next thing that I want to ask is if you can kind of give an idea of what your business was like before this program. Like what were you struggling with? What made you want to join in the first place?
Yeah, so I mean the main thing that drew me to you was your focus on the person instead of the how and what we're doing, because I've been more than 15 years in corporate and as a publicist in corporate communication, what you do is you try to just absorb someone else's voice, someone else's purpose, someone else's message, and you become their voice and you sell their things. So I just realized, like, as I was trying to build my own business, I realized that what I was doing was trying to be strategic and trying to say the right things that would get the right results without really thinking about, okay, so what do I actually want to say? What is important to me? And the way you talk about that, everything from obviously your amazing quiz that probably everyone has tried already, and all of your lives that I've binge watched as well, that really drew me to you because I knew I wanted to do this my way. And I sort of felt like I needed permission to do it my way. So just having that support, being in your program for a longer period of time, helped me so much with just keep remembering that, no, I don't have to do it strategically or the right thing. I'll do it my way because my way is what's going to make me happy and build a business that I actually want to have. So that was the main thing. And then, I didn't have anything when we started. I barely, like I said, I didn't even have a voice. Obviously, I knew what I'm working with. I know that publicity is my thing. I know how to get publicity and all of that. But I didn't have anything in terms of branding. I didn't have anything in terms of website or freebie or funnel or anything like that. So, I started from zero there in that sense.
That's cool though. I feel like it's a pretty good split usually who's in Brand Boldly Live. You either have absolutely nothing or you've built stuff and you hate it and you have to start over. So I feel like it's a good thing that you didn't have anything yet.
That's true. I did do that before because I did have another round. So I had built a lot of things that I didn't like and I scrapped and I put my whole project on ice for a couple of years. And then I just decided, actually, I'm going to pivot. I'm going to do things a little bit differently, talk to different people. Yeah. And that's when I decided to join your program.
I love it. Yeah, I did the same thing. I think I had like 4 or 5 different websites and I'm a designer and brand person. So that's totally normal. I'm so glad. It was so awesome to have you in here though. I'm so excited. Okay. Like I said, I'll get sidetracked and just talk forever. So, can you talk about like the after now? Like what are things like now with your business?
Yeah, so obviously the biggest difference is now I have a much clearer idea of who I am and who I am is a big question, but it's actually true. Yeah. And also who I am in the context of my business. What do I want to offer? Who do I want to work with? And how do I want to talk to them? How do I even create content? All of that is now I don't even have to think about it anymore. I know how to do all of those things. And that's
Yeah.
probably the most important difference, that I would probably have been happy if that was the only thing. But I also have, I've got all my branding things ready. So I have my colors and my fonts and all of that. And I also have at least the sort of skeleton of my website ready. It's not launched yet, but I have done quite a lot of work on it.
Awesome.
So that's, just the website in itself would also easily be worth the investment in your course. So that's, there's so much that you actually get.
I love it. The content part, like you said, I think that's huge because I feel like that's what a lot of people struggle with. Like, what do I say? How do I say it? When do I say it? Who am I saying it to? It's like all of the things that we're not clear on make it really hard to write the content. But I love how you worded that. Like now it's just really easy. And we were talking before we recorded too, and you said you just like go write posts all the time and it's super easy now, right?
Yeah. No, I've got a system now, and feel free to steal it. I've got 20 Facebook groups that I post in. So I post in at least 1 or 2 groups every day, and then I just rotate that. And that works as a charm.
Love it.
So that's another tangible result that's given me, is I'm booking consistent discovery calls and signing consistent clients now. So that's a huge difference as well.
Well, yeah, that's like that's the ultimate goal, right? Like, let's make money.
Yeah. Absolutely.
That's awesome. Okay, cool. So, yeah, content, discovery calls, clients. I mean, that's our main thing. Is there anything else, like any other results or anything maybe that you like didn't expect about the program, or anything else we haven't talked about that you want to share?
Well, there's so much in your program. It really is an insane deal. Like I said, I would have bought it if it was just going to give me a website. But you don't just you get your colors and your brand guidelines and you get your website, but you don't only get that. And you get solid strategy to figure out everything about who you are and who you're working with and messaging and all of that stuff, which in itself is worth more than your program. But then it doesn't end there either, because you also you get a lot of marketing help as well, with you can set up your freebie and set up your funnel and all of these things. So that program is just packed full of value. It really is.
I love it. What about like the community part? How did you feel about like being in a group program and that type of?
Yes, I see why you mentioned that, because that is true. You don't necessarily think about that so much, but that is a value that I'm still in touch with almost all the people from the previous program. So we speak often. So that's absolutely a great value too. That you gotta get friends in there for sure. It's a very friendly community.
I love it.
And it's not like a lot of the other programs where you have like 60 or 80 or 100 people in there and you feel like a number. It really is. You get hands-on advice from Brooke, and that's a really big deal as well. And you get all your questions answered and advice for everything. So.
And that is a huge difference. I wanted to make sure it wasn't like one of those giant programs with a ton of people. I feel like it's almost like a hybrid of a group program and a mastermind. Like it's a group in that we have homework and modules and stuff, but I feel like the calls are more like a mastermind where everybody gets a chance to speak, everybody gets to ask their questions. I feel like that's one of the things that was really important to me when I created it. So I'm so glad you said that too.
Yeah, that's a big piece, of course.
Awesome. Okay, last question then is just if someone was thinking about it, if they're not sure if they want to join, what would you say to them?
Oh my God, just do it. I mean, if any of this resonates with you, if you want to find your voice, or if you want to understand who you really want to work with, or if you need to figure out your messaging, even if you need to figure out your packaging, you get all of that too. Or if you want your colors and website, if you want your freebie, if you want your funnel, if you want clients on autopilot, then you got to sign up with Brooke, and all these things. It's a complete no-brainer. I think I made my investment back in the first month, and it's a complete it's a complete no-brainer.
Love that. That's so awesome. Thank you so much for sharing your experience. I want to like make sure these videos are very real and like just share exactly what you think and exactly how it was. So I really appreciate you doing this for us and anyone watching. Hopefully you learned a lot from Kristin's experience, and
Yeah, and I'm probably going to sign up, so come and join me.
you're going to be in the next round. Awesome.
Get more of it.
I love it. Awesome. Well, thank you again so much for your time, and have a great day.